Hello everyone, and greetings from Finland. My name is Johannes, and I work in the Central Union for Child Welfare in Helsinki. And I'm super happy to be here today in the sunny and beautiful Tallinn and here with you guys. And as the Minister of Justice earlier today said, children are the experts on things concerning them. But there are different groups of children. If we look at the children in child protection and in other child and family services, they are the experts concerning those things. And that's what we are going to speak about today. Expert by experience, we are going to tell you how to involve youth in developing child protection in Finland. And here is our team today. I have 4 awesome persons with me. They are going to tell a bit more about themselves soon, but shortly I have Milo here. Milo works in Osallisuuden aika as an expert by experience. We have Evie, expert by experience in SOS-kehittäjänuoret group. We also have Yonatan, who also works in Osallisuuden aika, and then we have Ade, who works in Espoon yhteiskehittäjät. Those names probably don't say anything to you, but they are names of the groups they work in as an expert by experience. Okay, so what are we talking about when we talk about expert by experience in child protection? What does it mean? Here is a picture I often use when I talk about these things. I think the message written there includes the essence of expert by experience. When life gives you oil spills, make Molotovs. Well, what does it mean? This is a painting of Banksy. We have a child or a family or a young person, and something not so good happens. Sometimes in life, bad things happen. And the society's responsibility is to help the child or the young person or the family. So you get helped. You get offered different kind of services, therapy or family support or whatever. You are in the services getting help to your challenges. And in the services you hear things, you see things, you feel things, you experience things. You meet people, you see how the system works. And when you start working as an expert by experience, that experience turns into knowledge. You can use that information you gained in the services as a tool of development. So that is what we mean when we say expert by experience in child protection. And now we are going to hear 4 different kind of stories how these guys ended up working as an expert by experience. And afterwards, feel free to ask questions, and also after our presentation, you can come and talk to us if you want. But Milo, you can start with your. Who's first? Yonatan, all right.
Okay, hello. My name is Jonathan, and I want to talk about how young people, society sees young people, and how it might actually restrict the way that the professional world and the world where the young people live can restrict each other. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is when I was been asked to come and become an expert through experience, I first thought that why would I want to do that? Because when I was in these services that were just mentioned, I felt like nobody actually hears the things that I'm thinking or want to say. My thoughts seem to be extra in those processes. But immediately when I turned 18, somehow those same thoughts and same words had value. And I couldn't believe that these people actually look at my thoughts and my words in a different way just because suddenly I've turned 18. So I started thinking, what does it actually mean to hear and participate? And the first time when I went to a meeting in this group, I started to understand that a person who's been inside that structure of child protective services and a person who's a professional in that structure. When these two sides come together, we can understand where do we have to take and develop that world. Because without the other, we really can't understand fully what has to change. And also I started to think our society has to change the way that they look at young people. Because if it doesn't change, young people can't believe that the society actually wants to take them and their words seriously. The things that you actually have to do is show these youngsters that you care what they think. And after you had those conversations, you actually have to use the material that is born from those conversations to take them to the places where actual change can happen. Otherwise, it's just talking. And we can't disrespect these experiences and not use them to do something concrete. Otherwise, it seems a bit disrespectful. And a lot of professionals, social workers, they understood that without this cooperation, they wouldn't have gotten to talk with the Finnish president. If we were alone, we wouldn't have got to talk with the Finnish president. But because we came together and created a lot more broader understanding what has to be changed in values, in the structure, in law, with this cooperation, we got to go in places where neither side would have gotten to alone. Those are one of the highlights. But what do I mean when I'm talking about the values of society? I'm talking about the actual structure, how we combine the information with young people and the way they live and the professionals and their understanding of that structure. So, sorry, I'm kind of babbling, so I think this is enough for me.
Hello, my name is Evie. I come from Finland, as you might have noticed already. So, what I want to say is that I'm not sure, because I haven't prepared much, so I thought I'd improvise something. So, well, I am part of this group called SOS-kehittäjänuoret, which was made in the SOS children villages. If you know them, might not, might do. They are a sort of like an organization where foster cared children live with families that are not their biological families, but more like foster families. So I come from a place like that. We started this youth forum in maybe 2015 when I was quite young. So that's how I started my journey with this developing group. From these forums, we kind of moved to a bigger group where these other forums of youth, young people all over Finland came together, and then we started talking about what is wrong with first of all, we started talking about what's wrong with social workers and how they change so much. That's an issue, if you might not know that. So what have we done? We made this educational thing that we went to universities and colleges to educate people who are studying to be a social worker. So we educated them and we talked to them about our experiences and what they should do differently when they graduate as a social worker. That's how we started it. Then we made it even bigger and did it in other places as well, even in other countries. We were supposed to go to Athens, to Greece, but then the COVID hit and it was online. That was maybe one of my highlights, but then as a group, SOS-kehittäjänuoret, we we've got the chance to talk to some ministers and stuff like that. So, as Yonatan said, that like you alone, well, you can do stuff, but as a part of a group, you can do more and get to higher places together. So that's what you should do. And it doesn't matter how young you are, you should always find a group or try to involve yourself in change making. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
I'm Milo, and I'm gonna tell how did I, in the first place, end up to be an expert by experience. I have been an expert by experience for almost last 4 years. I was 17, and my social worker at that time noticed that I had a need to make an impact on the child welfare. They had a group where clients at child welfare could meet up and share experience and improve the system. So far I have been a part of 3 amazing groups of expert by experience and got to know wonderful people like this here. Why was I so excited about this then? I have had many hobbies through my childhood, but I never made any friends by them. Could be because I played piano and folded origamis, but in this kind of activity I first time in my life met people who had the similar experiences and interest as me. What kind of support is important to our actions? The most important support the adults can give is a moment to listen what the youth tells. I think it's extremely harmful to encourage young people who might be a little insecure to tell about all the important and meaningful things and experiences, and after that make absolutely nothing to make a change. Those young people who are maybe down and out need to be encouraged to meet other people and speak about all the things that matter to them. We were asked to tell about some of the best moments as experts by experience. I think the best moments to me are the ones that have really made an impact. We have spoken with a lot of decision makers and saw that they really listen to us and want to do their best to make our wishes come true. At best, we have had a chance to change the law and policies to a better direction. I believe that in the future I can truly be proud of the actions I have made, and most importantly thankful for that one social worker who believed in me and encouraged me when I didn't believe in myself.
Kiitos.
Okay, this is Carrie. My name is Ade. I'm 18 and I'm from Finland. I've been in child protection for a few years and lived in different institutions during that time. Okay, I'm shaking.
It's okay. I did too.
Yeah.
We all
About a year ago, one social worker asked if I want to join a group that develops child protection services. And now I'm in 2 groups because I'm in osallisuuden aika
Yeah, you're in 2 groups. Yeah, that's true.
And I get amazing opportunities to help young people to participate and speak up and motivate them to do the same things as we do. I think most important things we have been able to do is speaking to Finnish Parliament and making podcasts about Finnish society. The reason we're here is we want to motivate everyone to speak up and... Nyt katkee ajatus. En mä tiedä. Joo, jotain sinne päin. My suggestion is be brave and speak up. And even if you think it's not as important as someone else's things, it is. And small things can grow into something big, and you can actually make something happen. Even the smallest things matter. And if you don't try, you'll never know. And most important thing you can do is try, because if you don't, who will?
In the end, I just wanted to say to everybody, we have to remember that society doesn't exist only for the older people. I mean, from 30 to up. Everyone's voice is important, from children to middle age to the old people. And that's why we have to come together and make sure that we work for a society that we can be proud.
I think we still have some time for questions or comments. If you have some, you can also come and talk to us after the presentation. I want to thank you guys. You did well. Is there any questions or comments you want to ask? If not, we say thank you.
Thank you.